How y'all doing? Well, I hope. Oh, what a few days, huh? I just did some sun gazing, so I'm kind of like, woo, lightheaded. And I see like a yellow around me. It's very cool. And then, of course, the pesky little flies that, my little monitoring spirits that like to come in. But anyways, so much. There's just so much. And I just keep writing it all down. And I'm going to have to go back. And I feel like I'm behind. I feel like I'm in school. But I'm not. So, a lot about love. And a lot about loving yourself. Which I always preach. But I'm going to go today and then I'm going to go a little backwards. So, can you imagine your best day for you? What would your best day be? I mean, literally minute by minute for the entire day. What would be your best day? Imagine that. Do it every day. Choose the discipline, the gratitude, and the love of self to make that happen. And we're going to be coming into a new moon on the 30th. So, if you haven't started one, get that going for yourself too. This is where you write down your manifestations and your wishes. I do around 10. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. Sometimes they're the same for a long time. But then when it comes, then I just cross it off. So, happy birthday, Owen. Hope you get to see this, or at least maybe your daddy will see it and can tell you. Big thing I heard the other day, you can only meet someone as well as you meet yourself. So, when you sit back and you say to yourself, and I did it for a lot of years, why do I always draw in these broken people? Now I laugh at myself because it's like, oh, well, maybe you were broken. So you can only meet someone as well as you meet yourself. Because you should not be relying on that other person to be your everything. When do you learn how to pick yourself up? You have to. You have to be able to do it. And this goes into what I heard the other day is living alone becomes a master class in emotional intelligence. I will say that for a fact because all the times that I've been by myself, and honestly, I've only been by myself, living by myself, since May of this year. Because my son lived with me for 7 years, 6 years, 6 years. So, and he was in his teen into adult time. So it was different than when he was little. And now that I've been by myself again, oh, for sure. And it's why I've become more selfish. It's because I can't. Because I already did that part of it. And it's not that you're not there for your children, but if you taught your children well, and no disrespect to anybody, but if you taught your children well, they're going to be able to survive on their own. And they're only really going to need to call you because they love you and or they want to share something with you. All these ones that talk every day, okay, have at it if that's what you need. And if I can already hear you. Just, okay? Point being is, we're given them to train them how to love themselves and to eventually go do for themselves so that you in turn have the time for yourself again. That's what I've become to learn. Women who live alone begin to develop what they call emotional autarky. Can't say the word. Some words I struggle with. Autarky. It's where you regulate your emotions by yourself. You become independent, sophisticated, handle emotional complex situations that most people can't. So that's why women who have a certain age, children are grown. And I want to say grown is early 20s. Okay, not late teens, early 20s to mid 20s, okay? and you live on your own and you're divorced, there's nobody but your fur babies. Okay? And you're at that age where you don't want to put up with anyone's shit no more. You don't want to have to deal with the man that hasn't found himself yet and still hasn't grown into himself. You don't want to deal with the people that want to try and bamboozle you because all they want to do is take money from you. You don't want to have friendships with people that it's just surface level. You're past all that because you've done it all already. So now you're in your era of, I'm going to stay home, I'm going to work on me some more, and then I'm going to figure out. So that's kind of where I think a lot of us are, men and women. And I'm not just discrediting, honestly. But what it is you can only meet someone as well as you meet yourself. So if you don't know much about you, or you're that chameleon that conforms when you go into every relationship, it's like that movie with Julia Roberts where she really didn't know the kind of eggs she liked for in the morning, until she finally had to decide. Or was she just like, because they liked them? Don't do that either, okay? It's a woman's world and you are looking to be living in it. Now that's actually supposed to be, it's a woman's world and you are living in it. Katy Perry song. I wrote, it's a woman's world and you are looking to be living in it. It's what they've been hiding from us for a very, very long time. Beautiful thing about most successful women. They're quiet about it. They don't share all their stuff. They don't brag about how much they have or how much money they have. They're humble about it. Those are the people you want in your corner. Those are the people that are going to help. They're going to share. They're just going to be there. But they've also learned how to set their boundaries. They've also learned who's good for them. They've also learned when to say no. Christmas was very quiet for me this year, and I'm telling you, I got more sleep than I have ever in any given Christmas in my entire life. Ever. It was beautiful. But I guess my point is I've learned to listen to my body more. I've listened to me more emotionally, not through my thoughts, but from what my body was feeling. And I had a lot of things I had to learn how to release, and I had to learn how to release some things that I still was really struggling with. And, this healing stuff isn't an easy thing at all, you guys. It takes a lot of looking at yourself. But what you also learn is that you gotta love all of you, even the bad stuff. Even that shadows that want to come out and just, and then I gotta sit on my hands almost. And anybody that knows me well, it's tough for me sometimes, but I'm learning to remove myself from things that it doesn't matter. It doesn't get better. You know what I mean? So why keep fighting the fight of something that's never going to change? This move, that I did, I'm only 12 hours from home, but it's far enough. And the quiet, and the animals, people, I'm still got some here like at home, you just kind of go, wow, when do you step out of your ego? But I guess my point is, you can only meet someone as well as you meet yourself. Do you want to really know who you are? Again, I do this with my clients. Write down the 10 things you love most in life to do. And then you start there. Then you figure out how you can make some money doing that. If you guys saw the things that I do for enjoyment, you'd laugh. But it gets my brain going. And that brain of mine overload 90% of the time because there's just so much information. Because it is a computer. Once you realize that and you tap in, it kind of scares you a little bit. But then when you choose what to do with it, What's your escape to get rid of? What's your escape to settle yourself? Find better ways to do it than the drugs and the alcohol always. Nothing more I can say on that. And no discredit, you know. Once in a while I'll still have a drink here and there. Seldom, few and far between, but 420, never taking it away from me. That's I want to sit and I really want to meditate good. For sure. I just ask you, find yourself. Quit letting others tell you. Find your true happiness. Find your true you. And then go from there. Because life, I'm telling you, no matter what it throws at you, after, you know, stepping in and going, okay, I now get it, it only gets better. So, have a beautiful day. I love you all so much. I'll see you soon.